Hello, parents of student ministries. My name is Jeremy Wittig, and I run the high school ministry here at Burke Community Church. First, I wanted to apologize for not being able to do the parent meeting in person yesterday night. It was a bummer for that hurricane to blow through and have to cancel our meeting, so we figured I would just record this video, send it out with you guys, and for the most important thing, you guys have the calendar below attached to this email as well, so you guys can go ahead and look at that as we go through this meeting. We're just going to briefly go through our mission statement and then go through the schedule for both Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights for this year. So the mission statement for the Mix for our student ministries is to partner with parents to build up a community of next generation leaders who know Christ and make him known. So the first part of that mission statement is to partner with parents. We firmly believe that it is our mission to disciple these students, to encourage these students, to lift them up in encouragement as they go through their journey as believers in this world. But we firmly believe that we are to partner with you, that you as the parent are the primary disciplers in your students' lives, that you are the ones who are living with them 24/7 and can disciple them and minister to them week long, whereas we here at Student Ministries only have a few hours a week to be able to minister to your student. And so our job is not to take over the discipleship role in ministry to your students, but instead we want to come alongside you and minister to your students as we partner with you. The second aspect of our mission statement is to build up a community, and this is something that is very core to the Mix's ministry. Whether your student comes on a Sunday mornings or a Wednesday night, our goal is to build up a community. That means we're building relationships. It means we're encouraging students to know each other well. It means we're talking about vulnerable situations in small groups as they share serious prayer requests, serious things that are going on in their lives. Again, so that we can build up that community of encouragement and Christ-likeness. The next aspect of our mission statement is of next generation leaders. We want your students to be confident in their faith. We want your students to go off to college with an assurance of what they believe in, an ability to defend that faith, and then also just a confidence in their relationship with the Lord, that they are assured of the things that he says about himself. The last part of our mission statement that we want to go over is that we want our students to know Christ and to make him known. This is, of course, one of the main aspects of our lives as Christians. It's why it's the mission statement of Burke Community Church, to know Christ and to make him known, that we want our students and your students to come to the Mix, to come on Sunday mornings, on Wednesday nights, to learn about Jesus, to learn about God, to know more about the Bible, and to use those nights and those lessons to then go off and share those same things with their friends who don't know Jesus. The next thing I want to go over is our new staff additions, the first of which is Matt Sims, who has taken over our middle school ministry. Matt Sims is just about to finish up his THM at Dallas Theological Seminary. That's a master's in theology. He's well educated. He's got several years of ministry experience and is going to kill it in the middle school ministry. The second of which is Stacia Tibbetts, who actually interned with us over this past summer, and she'll be joining us as a student ministry assistant as we go into this next year. She's awesome. She loves the students. In terms of both the high schoolers and the middle schoolers, because she was able to intern with us over this past summer, she's already built up relationships with those students, and so she's going to do a great job in that position as well. And of course, we have Kim Grindle, who is not at all a new staff member, but she leaves the student ministry department as our director. The next thing I want to go over in this parent meeting is just go over the events, the schedule. I'm going to start with Mix on Wednesday nights, and we're going to go to the Mix on Sunday mornings, and then we're going to go through our special events that you'll be able to see here if you pull up the calendar tab. Again, this calendar is attached to the email, so you could exit out of this video and download a copy of that calendar. The calendar is also available in hard copy. We'll have them stationed out at the Student Center welcome desk, which is right next to the Student Center welcome doors. If you were to go stop by that desk on Sunday mornings, Wednesday nights, even Thursday nights when we have our middle school ministry called The Well, you guys can come by and pick up a hard copy, or you can have your student pick one up on their way to or from the ministry nights. So a typical night on a Wednesday night at the Mix is students will arrive from 6:30 to 7 o'clock. We'll have games, we'll set up 9 square, gaga ball, and we'll just have lots of fun with the students. We're hoping to be able to set up basketball, but we'll see if we can make that happen. Either way, students are gonna be hanging out, talking to each other, having a good time. From there, we're gonna transition from game time into a message. And this year, I've got 2 series that I'm going through. The first one is a series on theology. We're gonna go through some very basic theological questions that are gonna interest the students in relating to the Bible and relating to different theological questions. The second of which is a series on how to study the Bible. And this one I am stoked for. It's about a 4-week series going through. Basically, I just want to get your students psyched for reading the Bible. I want them to open up their word every day. I want them to learn and grow in the same way that I've been able to in my personal devotional times. I think it's a huge benefit to us as believers, and I hope that your student gets a lot out of those series. After the messages, we go into a time of small groups, which is very focused on community. Each of your students will have a specific small group and a specific small group leader or two that will lead the same small group of students every week on a Wednesday night. That time is really oriented towards getting your student integrated in the community here at Burke Community Church. In that time, the students will go over the message that I gave that night. They'll learn about application points. They'll talk through how the message applies to their life, and then they'll get a chance to share their prayer requests and to be able to pray for each other. Following small groups is pickup time at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is when you're going to come and pick up your student from the Mix on Wednesday nights. A typical Sunday morning looks a lot different here at the Mix on Sunday mornings. We have 2 services, one at 9 o'clock and one at 10:30. And as your students come through the doors, there are going to be several tables there in the student center where the high schoolers meet. It's going to be just high schoolers in that room for this semester. They're going to pick a seat with other high school students, and they're just going to talk and hang out for about 10 minutes. After those 10 minutes, we'll get into usually an icebreaker game. Then we'll have a message, and we'll have several times of discussion throughout that message where the students are going to be able to talk with a small group table leader who is at that table that they're sitting at, and also be able to discuss about the message with the other students that are at the table with them. This year, we're going through a series called The Gospel Project, and specifically this semester, we're going through the book of Genesis, and we're going to be studying the beginning of time. We're going to be studying the beginning of the book of the Bible, and we're really excited about going through that with your students. This time is also another chance for the students to be able to get to know each other's stories and to share prayer requests and be able to pray for each other. We also have several events and retreats that come up every year at the Mix, the first of which is called Life Group Night Out. So if your student is a part of the Wednesday night Mix program, we have 2 Life Group Night Outs scheduled for this year. The first is on September 29th. And the second is on December 1st. And basically these are times where your student is going to meet up with their small group. The small group leaders will coordinate all that stuff. They're going to coordinate where you're going to meet, when you're going to meet, and what you're going to be doing. And your student is going to have the opportunity to hang out with the other students in their small group outside of the walls of the church. And we really see this as an awesome opportunity for the small group to grow closer to each other. A lot of small groups have done some really cool stuff in the past. And so we're really excited to see your students interact with their small group in this way. We also have 2 retreats coming up, the first of which is our senior beach retreat coming up here on September 10th through the 12th. And the second retreat is the high school retreat, which is from 9th through 11th grade. So if your student is in a freshman, a sophomore, or a junior, they are welcome to this retreat, and that will happen from October 8th to October 10th. We also have 2 special events that we're going to be doing this semester. The first is called Mystery at the Mix, and that'll be on October 27th. And basically your student will show up on a Wednesday night just like they have all semester, and it's going to be a mystery night. It's going to be so fun. There's going to be lots of interaction for your students. They're going to be able to hang out with their small group. The next event is our Sync the Mix event that we do every year. This one will take place on December 15th, and basically your student along with their life group members are going to come up with a lip sync that they're going to do to a video, and they're going to submit that video, and we're going to show all the videos together and give out prizes to the winners. The last thing I want to talk about in this meeting, I know it's been fast and I hope that you've been able to keep up, but obviously you can always pause and rewind to review some of the information I already gave you, is we are in need of some volunteers for Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings is, again, it's our Sunday morning program. We have a high school Sunday morning program and a separate middle school Sunday morning program. And we need volunteers to come and to lead those tables. Each table has anywhere between really 6 and 12 students, but these students are coming week after week with prayer requests that are deep. They have needs that are real. I mean, you guys, as parents of students who are in high school, you know what it's like and you know what these students need. And so we would love to have you come and help us serve on a Sunday morning. You would be leading a table group of your own. We would provide all the discussion questions. You pretty much just show up on a Sunday morning. You find the students that you've met with at previous weeks who have been at your table as well, and you basically just go through the discussion questions with those students. It is so vital to our ministry that we have volunteers and parents who are willing to serve and give up their time in order to minister to the students that come to the mix. Service is a vital part of our growth as Christians for you attenders of Burke Community Church, but then also for your students. I always tell students and parents when they leave to go from one church to another that the secret to getting connected to a church is service. And so I really want to encourage you as parents to be able to do that on a Sunday morning, maybe with the student ministry, maybe with the children's ministry, maybe in other ways. But we're also really encouraging our students this year to get plugged into different service opportunities. And so I have a list of several different student service opportunities that your student could get plugged into. Many of them are with children's ministry because obviously your students are in high school and they're a little bit younger. But children's ministry is a great place for them to serve. I know I served in children's ministry all throughout middle school and high school, and it was a huge blessing to me. So the first opportunity is the Fall Festival. The next opportunity is Breakaway Childcare, which is actually a paid position. They meet on Tuesday mornings from 9 to 12, but it's just an awesome way to just do some childcare and serve the local church. And then there are several other opportunities with the children's ministry that are available to your students. And so if your student is not already serving at Burke Community Church, I really want to encourage your student to do that. I encourage your students to do it on Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights myself, but we really need the push of you as their parents to just encourage them to do this. This could be the very thing that keeps them connected to church when they go off to college, is the fact that they knew that when they served at Burke Community Church, they got such purpose and meaning and joy and community out of those moments. I know that was a lot of information that we just went over, but I just want to encourage you guys that if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Shoot me an email. My email is jeremy@burkecommunity.com. Shoot me an email, shoot me a phone call, and I'd love to answer any questions you might have about the upcoming year.